Hello, I'm here.
What a long right hand right now, beginning to bring uppercuts through the middle from Oleksandr Usyk. What a left.
Usyk causes everyone problems. So.
Welcome back to Boxing Insane. The Cat Oleksandr Usyk dethroned AJ Anthony Joshua and handed him another undisputed defeat.
Big left hand connects from Usyk. Usyk firing back.
Although suffering through the loss, the Brit still has to bitterly admit Usyk was the most special fighter in his career. Usyk has done extraordinary things that not everyone has.
And we'll find out who number one is. No, Usyk on paper.
So what makes him such an outstanding and special champion? Before you jump into the video, remember, like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss out on any updates from Boxing Insane.
How are you feeling?
I'm very feel.
How are you feeling?
I'm very feel.
After being beat a second time by the exceptional Oleksandr Usyk, despite putting all his heart into regaining authority, Joshua had to painfully admit his defeat. He's angry at himself, not because he didn't work hard enough, but because he isn't able to pass to be as special as the rival, Oleksandr Usyk. In front of a crowd of 10,000 gathered at the venue, Joshua delivered a curious monologue. He expressed his admiration for the Ukrainian boxer and considered Usyk very special, and the crowd remains quite clearly confused by what was going on.
Oleksandr Usyk, also considered by many to be pound-for-pound best fighter in the world.
So how special is Usyk? Usyk is very smart, very strong. Oleksandr Usyk has been described as a genius by promoter Eddie Hearn, and it's hard to disagree. His skills are undeniable. He's been ranked boxing's best pound-for-pound fighter by TalkSport, DAZN, World Boxing News, and a host of other outlets. A southpaw counterpuncher, the 35-year-old former undisputed cruiserweight world champion has speed on his side. He's technically brilliant, has an excellent ring IQ, and he moves with agility. Usyk was rugged enough to go through and win hellacious battles at cruiserweight, but he's been better served as a heavyweight by avoiding fight-defining punches. He does that by putting on substantial ring IQ and using his positioning to offset foe attacks.
Loads with everything. That's a nice.
Elbows of Usyk, he can be hit.
How did he perform in the fight against Joshua? Well, the Brit was much improved from the first encounter as he once again took the unbeaten Ukrainian the distance. But Usyk's ring craft, it just proved too much for Joshua, and he clinched the victory for the second time. Usyk maintained a constant lateral movement without offensive openings. He switched up his game plan starting in round 4 as he figured out the approach with Joshua was taking. Usyk began to circle more and fire combinations to touch Joshua more than hurt him with any one shot. In response to Usyk's adjustment, Joshua began to fall into the same traps as their first meeting. It was round 9 when Joshua battered Usyk around the ring, seemingly stunning the champion multiple times through the frame. But Usyk stayed on his feet and showed output considerably, tagging Joshua with heavy shots multiple times. Then Usyk overpowered and ensured a well-deserved victory. Usyk has excellent power and focus. Oleksandr Usyk has achieved a huge amount in boxing, and it's the result of long, hard hours of work and intense concentration. It makes him stronger and more dangerous than ever. Before the rematch with Anthony Joshua, the Ukrainian revealed that he had been entirely focused and was at the training ground for almost a year practicing. He has to be away from family and loved ones. He devotes himself to preparing for the rematch with Joshua. He also revealed he would get up at 5 a.m. and train 3 times a day ahead of the rematch with Joshua. He's also brave and flexible. Boxing is a strange sport in that the best fighters have to actually choose to take one another on. Usyk has been willing to fight anyone, anywhere during his rise to cruiserweight and then heavyweight champion. After defeating AJ again in Jeddah, the 35-year-old was free from all obligations. Tyson Fury's latest retirement meant Usyk was Ring Magazine champion, his division's clear #1, and was free to do whatever he wanted: retire, face a hand-picked opponent, or take on a mandatory challenger.
Defeated WBO champion of the world from Kiev, Ukraine, Oleksandr Usyk.
Usyk being Usyk, he immediately calls out Fury, a fighter where the small southpaw would start as a significant underdog. However, in defeating AJ twice and then immediately laying down an all-or-nothing ultimatum to Britain's other heavyweight giant, Usyk has shown a fearless appetite to face the best. It's this outside-the-ring boldness, rather than the in-ring gift, that sets Usyk apart from so many of his pound-for-pound predecessors. His sacrifice and giving. Usyk was the underdog when he challenged AJ for the belt in the first fight in London 2021 and then outboxed him to become a two-weight champion. The purse that Usyk received was not small through the 2 matches of the century. However, he claims to use money to help his country and the Ukrainians in the context of the country being engulfed in war. And that's something not all martial artists will do. Usyk has great psychological control. Oleksandr Usyk has a strong mentality regardless of being in trouble. He displays steely resolve by punctured moments of humor. If he's nervous, it's not obvious. The great unknown is how will he deal with the expectations of a Ukrainian nation looking to one of its favorite sons for inspiration while Russia lays siege to their homeland.
Я очень рад, что я ее представляю.
Usyk might appear an unlikely pound-for-pound #1, the quirky Cossack warrior who dances, sings, and carries around his daughter's stuffed Eeyore for the duration of fight week.
How do you feel, heavyweight champion of the world?
I'm very feel.
Champ, how do you feel?
I'm very
Fight week. It can be seen that the war situation and concern for family were factors that heavily influenced the psyche. Still, Usyk controlled it and turned it into a great motivation to defeat his British opponent. Boxing doesn't just require fighters to show courage inside the ropes. You must show bravery and talent in your matchmaking, to be willing to take on the very best, no matter what, and deliver the fights we all want. And that is what makes champion Oleksandr Usyk so special. What do you guys find special about Oleksandr Usyk? What more do you want to know more about? Please leave your comments below and let us know. And don't forget, like, subscribe, tap that icon bell so you don't miss any videos from Boxing Insane. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
Великим, чи багато людей хочуть якогось признання, щоб про них говорили, щоб про них пам'ятали. Мені цього нічого не треба.
30 pounds easily, and all of these guys will fight. You're getting a good